First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl. And we've got a classic in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions. There's the stiff arm. Breaks the tackle. He's going to run. He will go down. And they're able to get this one across to the 35. A nice carry there of 15 yards.
We usually work relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll let him out of the gun. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll let him out of the gun. 5 yards on the play there. Their drive will continue.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, gone. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A big play there. 53 yards. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. So a very good start, but don't go get those Super Bowl T-shirts left. Still the early going here.
I wonder if they're printing them at this stage of the game, right? And do you wait a little longer before you say which one you're going to do? Good advice, Brandon. Make sure you know there's a lot of game left, but a good start.
It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. Hawker out now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a look here at their go-to guy under center. Here's Hoyer. The hook up good to Marquise Wilson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Three yards remaining here on second down. Hoyer. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and just like that, it's third down. Now Hoyer. And Wilson has it. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They give him 14 yards that time, and a fresh shut it down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you got to stop it? It would be 0-0 right now.
I wouldn't think so. I think in most most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. Should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their part.
Nowhere to go. He lost the football.
Plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Good pick up there, 26 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well. But that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out. Finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them. And we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Now they try to run it here. And he'll use yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2. It'll be second down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play call, isn't he? Because one thing you try to adjust when a guy is just from your running game. But when he's messing the passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try to keep him away from their plays.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings us up a 3rd and 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third man and drove it down.
Now back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's brought down following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Coach is always harped on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And that's what he did after the catch.
Yeah, they can tight end and let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Calling no gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, is the defense getting into that again and holding them to no gain?
No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He was 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Caught me a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down the defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let down a little bit.
And allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. Looking to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for success.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
How much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
A big C, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Detroit. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam. He got a full head of steam there. Now Hawker on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So let's try this again after the kick return TD. Here's yet another kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And no one back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And tough to win games if you go field goal. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for a big shot now. Because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. They can get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chance. We'll see if they can get the score. And calling a game at 19, and it moves and chains.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that cute 6'6" target that they got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told those quarterbacks, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
I think defensively you're okay with that. In the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rally to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. What you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you give up big chunks of your catch.
The Niners on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll set up a throw. Breaks through the contact. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 15 yards through the air on a first down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something about central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean, size, hands, speed, I mean, the flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and just spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go. He lost the football. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy just get the sack that it no longer counts? No, not at all.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 9. From the midfield strike, they look to throw. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring out the 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to put the football away. And this is just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. But look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team as a back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. And we can continue. Oh, this is taken in. It's good complete. And he's taken down, but not for forgiveness. It's cross midfield just shy of the 40. They give him a gain of 38. Now, I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it. The receiver or the guy points actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
He got it there. Here's Goff on second down. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Eric Ebron, 37 yards. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Boy, it's nice to have a big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Hawker out now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and then they'll start at the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended? Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points when you hold the football that long.
Agreed. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
The second throw. Nowhere to go. He lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's just a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to whoever lost. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And Detroit getting set to go now. It's a quick turnaround format after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me, you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
And takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions add on to their lead. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns, running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone. We saw evidence of that on that play.
Hawker out now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now back out comes the offense. And work with me here. Is this overhyped or not? You've got a warm weather team on the road in January, and it's cold. What's the deal? Is that a factor or is it not a factor?
I think a lot of it depends on the personality of the head coach and how you prepare for that. And something you just can't.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to them a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. This will be taken in after the line. And then he bosses him over. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Pick up there, 22.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you hear about that, having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. I got that play action there. It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dive over the top to her. They'll run it now, out of the gun. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, the coaching staff's done a good job upstairs. They'll file away what they did just on the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They'll run it now, out of the gun. So we got a 3-on-1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him some 3rd and 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles. Because we ask them to just eat up blocks, or other people to make tackles. And when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he cuts to the they get 9 and as a result, the drive continues.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll run it now, out of the gun. He'll work his way inside the 30, now to the 28. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and a guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run out and tackle him.
They'll run it now, out of the gun. Oh, now he pulls him over. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards to the sticks.
Now this is an example of breaking down defense, because a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to make a lot of tackles.
A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Larry Ridley at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. They'll run it now, out of the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They'll run it now, out of the gun. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs was his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Lions are going to grow their lead.
Well, 3 scores into this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, let's call it a hat trick. People throw their hats on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt, I mean,
you can't give the guy skirts.
16 now.
Porterhouse.
Fine. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
I love your description, because when we talk about hitting a home run, we're usually thinking about passing play. Something in the air, deep ball, just taking it. Big time John. Now you're coming back out. Now they've established this run game. The pass could go very open.
He'll look to throw. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 6 yards is the pickup, and then they'll lead you with 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry. And no escaping this time. It's him to go down. They got him for a sack. Akeem Spence in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Strong running by Clay. Stiff arm to Miller.
You know how hard it is to fight that off?
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break here. Goff throwing deep for Galladay. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Lions have to be thrilled with the way they're playing right now. The 49ers still have fought so hard to get to this point, and now are being blown out at the break. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. First and 10, Goff's going to complete the pass, and then this four-play drive goes for a touchdown. As they get out to a 7-0 lead. 49ers back for the kickoff. Clay is able to get a running start here, and he'll witness a sprint to the end zone. Lions have a 2nd and 5. Ebron's the target here, and this 2-play drive goes for a touchdown. That takes the lead up to 18. Offense now after the fumble. They'll go for a run here, and this run goes for a touchdown. Lions up now by 25. Now 1st and 10, run play coming up here, and he'll take this 75 yards for the score. Now trailing by 18. 1st and 10, Ebron.
Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. Both teams are ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted...
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Akeem Spence bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game. They've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up on this one.
It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defense is count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He rifles one, it's intercepted. Picked up from the 41. And he's free going down outside. It's a third race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for Lions touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six, they'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out.
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds, that maybe can make things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers, they probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon a running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
No escape, and he goes down.
That's the second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded just inside the 30. Strong running back play. And a powerful stiff arm and frees him. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it down the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice carry of 15 yards.
Well, the last one makes this a 100-yard night. I love the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a lot of fun to watch.
Now the handoff here to his running back. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They run it down the gun. And take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. That kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on.
And he will have the first before he's brought down around the chalk of the play. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll give it here to his running back. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense with 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, Washington. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st.
They're trying to show they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, but a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd down, here's Washington. This is the first down before he's 10 down to the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On first and goal, Washington. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Calling a game of yards to get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Third and goal. Can the offense punch it in here from the line? And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on fourth and goal from the line. The run, it's Washington. They stop him short on fourth and goal from the one. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, I'd say it's always 2020. And there's a run to be happy with. Good solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hit the ball to the back.
Now the run on the toss. And they'll bring it down right around the 13. Gives time to the tailback. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a second and 1. And this is a blowout so far. Offense ready for a second and 1. Back to throw here. He's got Wilson in the middle of the field. 8 yards into the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off usually after about 3 to 4 steps and cuts towards the middle of the field. And then what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And brought down, but before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is a modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids.
And now escaping this time, it's he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And some room to middle. The ball comes out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That could be a little bit deflating. Exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tap it, and drag it to make sure he gets it done.
George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's going to hook up. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him, and then just bind him throughout the game. Practice.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Lions have recovered.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try to be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
Yeah, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's going, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestige them up. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much going to the Lenta. What you really want to be is Marado. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gun to your head. That one good for 10 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Washington, 3rd short. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down, but now forward is able to break the tackle, and the extra moves this is. Called a pickup of 7, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Wow. That one took some guts. If this doesn't work, you're going to have an incredible field position, but this head coach is undaunted, and he makes the call to go for it, and I'll be darned if they don't get the first down.
On first, here's Washington. And he'll be brought down just shy of 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pick on first down.
Hey, when you get yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
A handoff from Washington. And a minimal gain here as he's up at the 47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now running right through it. A pickup of 11 moves the chains.
I know we're there, wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for the power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. This is Washington. And it'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
This was the goal before they started the season, to play in a Super Bowl, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
And this is why songs are written about teams. Okay, you go back, some teams wrote them earlier in the season about their goal of getting to the Super Bowl. This one, they're going to be able to break it out now because their goal was to get there, and they achieved it. How about that? That's pretty fantastic.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gordon, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.